Greetings, everybody, and welcome tonight to the update. Not going to be the update you were expecting, but I'm learning some things here that, A, we've not missed a night since the war began, and B, let me change colors here. Oh, that's better. Um, we've not missed a night since the war began, and we're not going to miss a night tonight. And you may be wondering what on earth is going on. First of all, thank you for being here. I'm going to give you a quick update. Um, Zhenya's having some technical difficulty tonight. He arrived back into Khmelnytsky. He's there. He's safe. Maybe I go back to white. Yeah, he's back. He's in Khmelnytsky. Everything's safe, and all is well there. I'm still out here. And you may be wondering, man, what are you doing in the woods? What are you doing in the woods this late? Well, sometimes when you have to look for units in the dark, you're in the dark. So units would be, that's just what you have to do. And for those of you that hunt, you know what I'm talking about. So I'm actually freezing. It's cold, but thankful I've got some cell service here. But Zhenya got back into Khmelnytsky. He's there safe. He did come back to a very, very, very cold apartment. Brutally cold. And I was complaining to him earlier when always better than a forked horn, Jeff. Always better. I was talking to Zhenya and I was complaining earlier because we were talking when I was actually up the stand, and I said, "Man, I'm freezing." And then I started thinking about what I'm talking about. I'm in America, thermals and all nice. We did have huge cold front come in, but I'm warm, and but I was freezing, and he didn't want to hear that. So he is home. He's safe. He made it back. It was quite dangerous. He's got a lot of things that he's going to be sharing. We're going to move that to tomorrow night. We've got some video editing that is happening right now from our team, Vladimir Zelenskyy, our guy, Zolik, which you guys know. Incredible things we're going to be sharing, but it's just not possible tonight. Technically, we can't connect tonight. And to be honest with you, we're on day number 264 in this war. And for this to be really the first day that we couldn't connect, that's absolutely amazing. But there's no way we would leave anybody hanging, and you're wondering, okay, are these guys all right, or is Zhenya okay? We care too much about the community just to not be here at all. So I can tell you everything is safe. Everything is fine. A couple of things he wanted me to update you guys on tonight, and that is this. Zelenskyy did go to Kherson today. He was in the streets of Kherson, walking down the streets, and people were waving and cheering, and the flowers and all the beautiful stuff, the things that Russia had said would happen in Kyiv when Russia came in, but of course that didn't happen. So it's good, it's great, it's amazing. But with that said, the Kremlin came out and Putin came out today and said, hey, just so you know, Kherson's still ours and we're coming back and getting it and all that mess. They're not. In fact, there's a lot of goofiness going on. I can also tell you in the east, that would include the cities of Bakhmut in the Donetsk region, Avdiivka. What else is there? He told me one more city. Marinka. Extremely hot battles. In fact, I will quote Vladimir Zelenskyy today. Vladimir Zelenskyy, when they were celebrating in the city of Kherson, he said, listen, do not forget our guys in Donetsk, because over there, and I'm quoting Zelenskyy now, he says, the battles are like hell. Oh, that's even better there. Okay, that's better. So we need to remember the guys there. In fact, Zhenya, I think tomorrow is meeting with some guys on some aid that we're going to be sending that way, and he's preparing for another run, and this one will be more to the east, and some new guys that we're connecting with down there in Kherson. So a lot of good things going on there. Now, in addition, there's some other things we really need to pay attention to, because I am a firm believer that all of these things that are happening throughout the world are connected right now to Russia and Ukraine. You guys know it. You watch your news. You see what's going on. Welcome. Thank you. I just saw you there, Skeghead. You're getting pretty good being here from Australia, man. Welcome. But G20, Biden and Xi meeting, that's basically eventless, fruitless. We know that, listen, you guys look this up, especially you that are Americans. Janet Yellen came out today, and she is the Secretary of the Treasury for the United States of America, and basically approved with a green light for India to keep buying Russian oil with the blessing of the United States. That is an absolute tragedy. And as Zhenya would say, if you don't believe me, look it up. Janet Yellen today approving and saying, with our blessing, you can even pay above the price that they're trying to lock in for it. That is madness, because what happens then? You're basically giving Putin and Russia. You're giving Putin and Russia more money to buy missiles. If you don't believe me, look it out. Reports coming out of Kherson that civilians were used as human shields as the Russians retreated. That is true. But let me tell you something about the retreat. And this is direct from Ukraine. Zhenya was just there. We were just talking. We just can't connect technically tonight. He is in a war zone and I'm in the forest. And Bob Piccarilli, yes, it's very cold, sir. But it's okay. All's good. I'm not complaining. Just think about Ukraine. I only complained to Zhenya, and he was cool with me complaining. But I'm not going to complain about that. But lots of talk. In fact, a couple of weeks ago, I showed you guys a video from a guy named Zhdanov. Remember that? Zhdanov. That's his last name. He's a commentator, former military, very, very connected guy there in Ukraine. And he was just saying, this is a little bit unique, the way that Russia has left Kherson and Ukraine basically had a green light to come in. Yes, there's mines. Yes, there were collaborators. Yes, there were Russian soldiers that were dressed in Ukrainian, just standard clothes, looking like civilians. He goes, but something's just goofy here, and there's much more going on. So we shall see, but that came directly from Zhdanov. Now, here's some good news, and Zhenya told me to share this. We're going to get confirmation on this tomorrow. In fact, he told me we will have confirmation on it within 8 hours. And that is, some Ukrainian forces have already moved to the left bank of Kherson. Now, that's big time, because that puts us on the land side with the Russian forces. It's just a couple of small settlements that Ukraine has been able to come into and take a little bit of territory there. But it's initial reports, and I'm telling it to you now. You're not probably seeing it on your news anywhere, but we're hearing about it. Zhenya's hearing about it. And he said within 8 hours, we will have complete confirmation of that. I remind you, it's 9:09 p.m. Eastern here. And Oleshki, all over Twitter, starting around 6:30. Correct. It's there on Twitter and all that, but we don't go on Twitter. We wait for the phone call from our guys. So as I told you, a lot of the guys that we were supporting down there in Mykolaiv region, our guys were the first ones in Kherson City. So we get communication back from those guys. Zhenya gets calls. He has direct mobile-to-mobile communication with our soldiers, with our commanders, direct communication. So when we give you stuff, Zhenya has gotten a call or he's gotten a text message. For example, there's some information right now that Zhenya told me not to give you, but hopefully tomorrow I can give it to you, and you're going to be very, very happy about it. But he's waiting on the confirmation. So we try to make sure we only tell you exactly what's happening, not confirmed by some reporter or some Telegram channel or some tweet, but we actually get the confirmation directly from the soldiers that are there. So should have some more good news on that tomorrow. I can tell you Zelenskyy, after making his victory walk through Kherson, which was beautiful, he did make it back to Kyiv. There's, as I told you, it's hot and very active in the east. A couple of other things we need to pay attention to that are directly connected to this war in Ukraine. A few hours ago, Israel was hitting Syria with attacks. You guys saw it on your news. the suicide blast. I don't think it was a suicide. The girl ran away and dropped the bomb, but the blast in Turkey. And that's connected, of course, to the Kurds and to the PKK in the northern region of Syria there. I just remind you how closely this is related, every bit of it. And it all connects with Russia. It all connects with Ukraine. It all connects with Syria, Turkey, Iran, Israel, Russia, China, North Korea. All of this is all connected. These are not individual stories. They're all connected 100%. And I remind you tonight that the main deal, of course, is the war in Ukraine, and that's what we support, and that's what we stand for, and that's what we're working together with. But Iran becoming the biggest player right now in the world. Why? Because they're connecting to everybody militarily. And if you look at the map, they're right in the middle of everything. And the other problem today, I'm telling you guys right now, the rubber stamp, the green light from the United States through Janet Yellen for India to buy Russian oil. You say, well, why is that such a big deal? You keep talking about that because it's only going to speak to other nations. It's going to tell them that America will green light you to do things. I remind you, even though America's having some tough times, it's still America. And a lot of smaller nations or a lot of nations look to us for global leadership. And unfortunately, right now, we're not providing any. And the global leadership we're providing is telling a major nation with over 1 billion people to go buy oil from Vladimir Putin because it's okay. They still do not understand that Putin is a terrorist and he's only going to use this to destroy Ukraine and fulfill his mission. So, folks, that's where we're at. Yes, Kherson, absolutely controlled by Ukraine. Zelenskyy walking through the streets, celebrating. People were on the rooftops of buildings, waving and cheering. Exactly what Russia thought would happen when they would come into Kyiv. Of course, that did not happen. So, Zhenya safe and sound. No way we would leave you guys hanging tonight. So, thank you for being here. And I can tell you now, tomorrow night, gonna be an incredible update because after staying out here, I think I might take a little break tomorrow. So I think for tomorrow night, Zhenya and I will be on together. That's our plan. And so much stuff we're going to be sharing tomorrow night. Some, not only the updates with the war, but Zolik, our translation team, has done some amazing work today, telling a couple of human interest stories that you will not want to miss. So tomorrow night, a full update, and that will be on day number 265. Thank you guys for being here tonight. Thank you as always. Make sure you like, share, tell somebody else. Make sure you check out our description, not on tonight's video because I did it from the woods, but you can check it out on the channel. Thank you for giving. Thank you for everything that you do. The Amazon. I remind you tonight, since I'm on here, December 1 will be when we are shipping our stuff to Ukraine. We will actually ship it to Poland. Zhenya and I were also on, just talking a while ago, making plans for when I'll be arriving after after Christmas and the New Year. So that shipment will be there waiting on us, and you'll be there with us and a partner with it. We much appreciate it. Much love to you. One thing we are is committed, and we're committed do перемога на український язик, until victory. And I just told you that in Ukrainian. Lord bless you guys, and we will see you in 23 hours tomorrow night, 9 o'clock Eastern, 4 a.m. Ukraine time, 6 o'clock in California. Thanks to the mods. Thanks for all you do. Be blessed, guys. We'll see you tomorrow night.